Hey all, Hipper here. So we are out in the République today, and this is, without a doubt, my favorite battleship. I remember the campaign, the first Tier 8 campaign we had. That's like, I think, 3-4 months ago now. And I had zero expectations for this ship here. Because I played the Champagne and I played other French battleships with the same layout and the same kind of quirks as this ship, and I really didn't like them. So I didn't expect much of this ship here. But, the thing that sets République apart from the other French battleships is the bigger guns. It's got, I think, 17-inch guns, so not quite Yamato size, but it's up there with Iowa's and all the other big guns. And it's not the 380 millimeters that you find on almost all the other French high-tier battleships, and that's a good thing because as much as those guns work well on Chambord and Bourgogne and ships like that, I prefer my battleships with a little bit more oomph behind their guns, and that's what you get with République, and it's what makes this ship special. It's the only French battleship in the game that gives you access to like large caliber guns, and it's fun. It's really fun, especially when you pair it with the commander I'm using here, which is the Azure Lane Dunkirk, which allows you to switch instantly between AP and HE. It just makes this ship here fabulous, really. Yes, you only have 2 turrets, and you only have 4 barrels per turret, making for a grand total of 8 barrels. But it doesn't matter. This ship here, it punches really hard, and at the same time it can also take a really nasty beating. This is one tough ship, and that makes it fun to play. It makes it actually really fun to play. As you can tell from the layout, the gun layout here, it's a different battleship. It's different from all the other, or most of the other battleships in the game. Because you cannot, well, you can bow tank in this ship here, but you're down to 50% firepower when you do. It's not like Chambord where you still have 100% of your firepower. So you really should always be a little bit angled in this ship here, like I am now. So that way you can bounce incoming shells from the right and also from the left. And it kind of comes natural with this ship here because you need that angle to get both turrets into the action. So it's kind of actually kind of a beginner-friendly battleship. You wouldn't think so, at least when it comes to angling, because, like I said, the ship kind of makes you do it like automatically. It's not a ship that I push in a lot, because it does have a speed boost, but you should save that for situations when you have thinned out the Reds on, for example, your flank, and you need to quickly reposition to get island cover or something like that. It's not meant to barge into the battle at the first sight of a red ship, because it's not a very good brawling battleship, this one here, I think. You have to keep your distance, and don't be afraid to use high explosives on République, because high explosives can net you very, very good games. Of course, you should AP. You should use AP when the opportunity arises. But because you have this, or at least I have this Azure Lane Dunkirk commander here, I have much more flexibility in choosing between AP and HE, like I'm doing right here. So I switch from AP because I shot an AP salvo before and I didn't get much out of it. So I switched to HE to see if that's going to work better. We do get a fire there, and the fire chance on these shells, on this ship in general, is really, really high. You almost guaranteed a fire every time you shoot a full HE load, and that's very satisfying. And that way you can actually burn down enemy battleships when they are bow tanking very, very quickly. I have a whole video of a game I play in this ship where I only fire high explosives, and we get plenty of kills, and we get nearly 200,000 damage and top XP in the game. So if you get into situations in the ship where you have to use HE, that's a good thing. Don't worry about it. Especially if you have the Azure Lane Dunkirk commander. And I will say, Azure Lane Dunkirk in combination with this tier 8 République here, it's almost overpowered. Almost. The ship is just nasty. And when you have the ability to just switch instantly between HE and AP, you are getting a real advantage in this ship here. Of course, that goes for any French battleship, including Chambord and Bourgogne. But I think because of these shells here in the République, see, I'm switching instantly again there because I can sniff out a broadside here. So going from HE to AP. Because République is just so much, harder hitting, this ability here to quickly switch, it's just, it's very, very, very good. And it's a little bit unfair that the French are the only nation that gets this ability here, because it's just so powerful. Until you try it, you don't understand how much you're going to miss this skill when you play other battleships, because it really is something that will allow you to just shine in battle. So we have a lot of reds over on the right side here, and I am now moving in. I don't have my speed boost, unfortunately, but that's what I was saying in the beginning. If I had my speed boost now, I would use it, because I'm just moving in to get cover of an island. I could, and I probably should have, started to kite away here. That would probably have given me an even better battle. But on the other hand, I'm thinking, we should probably grab some caps. I mean, we only have one. Well, we only have one right now. And the enemies are ahead by 200 points. So I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna go in here, grab this cap here, and should I get sunk, I'd say it's worth it to take a cap here in the mid game that we don't already have. And of course I get stuck here, because I'm so used to playing cruisers that I can sneak through closer to shore, but in battleships I always go a little bit too close and then I get stuck. So in this case, the destroyer is actually heading towards the B cap, and it's actually not needed for me to do the capping, but I'm in the position now, I might as well do it. And you never know with these teams here, like you could have been unlucky and been on one of those blue teams where they all just sit in the A cap after it's been capped and don't do anything else. And I was fully expecting that in this game here, and whatever. I'm gonna get a little bit of XP here for helping out with the capping, and hopefully keeping, any nasty enemies at bay while the destroyer does its thing. So I don't get any citadels on that Kronstadt there. That was unfortunate. So there are heaps of destroyers around here. Well, heaps. There's 2 of them. And they're obviously on my right side somewhere. So that's why I'm trying very hard to stay unspotted here. And if I can get rid of this Kronstadt here and his radar, then it will make things easier for my destroyer. But I don't really need it anymore, because we've capped. And hopefully this move here should make us catch up to the enemies on points, because they are doing pretty well on ships still. They're at 4, we're at 6. They just lost one right there, and I'm reversing out the cap now just to go unspotted. And as I come out on the other side of this island here, there's like a whole armada waiting for me, and one of them is a Shimakaze, and I'm broadside to him, and again, switching to HE, hoping to remove him quickly. Torps are coming. So we'll move in here. But of course I need to go full speed here, because otherwise I'm gonna catch one of these torpedoes here. And it would have been nice if this cap here would actually, go out and shoot the shimmer on the other side of the island. And I'm not able to stop quickly enough, unfortunately, but I do get off a very nice AP salvo here. See, I just switch again from HE to AP, and that's why this ship here is so powerful. And we just ruined that Temeraire there. And there's the shimmer again, and again the cap is just not paying attention at all. He's sitting in his smoke, he's not even spotting anything. Obviously there's torpedoes on the way, and that's the end of me. So pretty decent battle here, and I do like my République, and if only, destroyers would actually spot once in a while. So we just get the high caliber and just get cheated out of the kill there. But still pretty decent, 160 damage, and we will be at top of the leaderboard. So I'm just gonna have a look here. Are they actually gonna do something about this destroyer over here, or what's going on? So we get rid of the battleship, and there's just one battleship and a destroyer left now. So in a minute you'll see the Kabaros from before get a little bit of redemption, because he's basically YOLOing that Yamato there, or Kofurst it was, because there's no one left to challenge him. And you know, I just think that play from the cap could have been better in the B cap. But anyway, we are moving on. So it's just the Shima left, and plenty of my ships. There's like 2 battleships, a cruiser, and 2 destroyers left, so this really shouldn't be an issue. So just gonna move a little bit closer, and of course, he gets the Conqueror, and I'm starting to think, is it gonna be one of these teams here? Because they did start up, all of them, like lumping together over at the A cap and not really paying attention at all to what was happening in the game. But then the Shima gets spotted, and that's just too bad for him, because that means the Reds are going to lose. I keep wondering if this Shima hadn't been spotted right here, if my team would actually have been able to win or not. I don't know. I don't know if I doubt it, but it would have been interesting to see. Anyway, nearly 3000 XP in the République, and I hope you enjoyed it, and see you out there.